I'm finally back in the house, y'all. Today has been a bad day. October 21st don't like me. It's been a bad day today. I don't even know where to start. Let me start here. I knew this was coming, but I thought I had a little bit more longer time. I had predicted out the date a little bit further to give me a little bit more time, but that didn't happen. So, it started yesterday. I had got off of work and I came home and I put my car in reverse and I drove it up the hill because I always back in backwards, and I parked it. When I got out my car, I saw these skid marks from where I put my car reverse out in the street to where I parked it up on the hill. And then I looked under my car, y'all, and all my oil just fell on the ground. And it was just leaking. Everything was gone. Damn. So I said, okay. I said, let me get in here and see what's going on. So I Googled it, like, why would all my oil come out of my car when I put my car reverse going up the hill? So it's a couple of things came back. You could have a bad gasket, or the seal or the oil pan might be done, or if you parking up a hill incline, or if you got too much oil. It was different things that could cause this. So I said, I'm gonna go in the house. I ain't gonna worry about this right now. But I felt so bad about the skid marks of the oil on the street and then the big puddle that was in my driveway. So I said, I ain't gonna worry about this. I'm gonna go in the house. And I came in the house, recorded like it was normal, whatever. But I already knew that I better get up in the morning and see about it. So I got up around 10. I said, okay. I said, I'm gonna run this errand right quick. But I already know I got to put some more oil in my car because all the oil fell out. So I said, I got some oil in the car, so I'm going to put some oil in here and see what it do. I was hoping for the best, that maybe I had too much oil in there, but I didn't. I was sitting right because I had checked it maybe like 2 or 3 weeks before. And I took the oil and I put it in there and I washed it. As soon as I put it in there, it was going straight on the ground. It was still going straight on the ground. It wouldn't hold nothing. So I went to O'Reilly's, where that was a disaster. These places, y'all, if y'all go to O'Reilly's or auto parts, y'all watch it ain't like it used to be with the service and help. So I couldn't get no help there. Then I got in my car and I went down to AutoZone. I couldn't get no help there. Just totally different from what I'm used to. I'm used to men coming out, checking my oil, checking my dipstick, and getting on the computer or coming out with their little thing to try to diagnose the problem. I didn't get none of that type of help. And I was like, wow. Okay, I was told you had to go to a mechanic, but you can't even come out here and read the dipstick or do nothing for me? Like, no, we can't. Well, since when? Okay. So, after I left AutoZone, I went to O'Reilly's first, and then I went to AutoZone. And then after that, that's when I got caught by that train that was sitting on the truck that ain't never done nothing like that before. And I sat there for a long time. I was shocked. I couldn't believe that train was on that track that long. So that's when I got my VIP status from Father. Like, you go ahead and go up and go where you going, because you don't have to wait in this line. You very important people. So you going up there. So I told them what was going on. I was upset. I was crying. I was telling them my baby was sick and she wasn't holding her fluids down. And they stopped taking calls. It was like 4 of them. The white boys stopped taking calls, baby. They got out there. They hushed my car up so fast it didn't make no sense. They gave me the pep talk to calm down. They let them get everything Firestone on 22nd. Let them get everything arranged and find out what's going on, and you calm down and we'll figure out what's going on and this and that. So they was out there for about 45 minutes. Their phone was ringing. They was tending to Miss Reed. They was coming back in, checking parts and checking this and checking that and this and that. And then finally he came to me and told me that I had an oil leak that was on the left side, but somehow it's underneath the timing belt, and they not the lead tech that could fix that wasn't there, and they didn't feel comfortable messing with it due to it being under the belt. And if I kept driving it, like they said, they had put like a quart of oil in there, and everything went out, and they was like, there's nothing, you know, really we can do about it, but offer you to go to a real skilled mechanic, because we don't want to touch nothing and mess nothing up. Like, we ain't that deep over here. So I told myself, I appreciate you for your honesty. Your honesty is dope. So, I called, I told myself, let me call my mechanic. So I called my mechanic, explained to him what was going on. He said, he said, get your car towed over here. I said, okay. So I hung up, I got the car towed over there. And then I had to get a ride to go back home or whatever. And so I got a ride to go back home or whatever. And then I went to go do some other things or whatever. And then my mechanic told me, he said, well, just bring the car over here, but it probably won't be to the middle of the week that I could get to it and see what's going on or whatever. But you know I'll take care of you. Just bring the car over. That's okay. All right, Ken. And so the car over there or whatever, so I don't know how much it's going to cost, but I already knew something was going to happen. But I just got the car out the shop maybe about like 3 or 4 months ago because it was overheating real bad. I don't know if I had did a video about that or whatever. She was overheating real bad. She wasn't distributing all where she was supposed to, so we got that fixed or whatever. And that knocked the wind out of me. And now this getting ready to knock the wind out of me. And then on top of that, I tried to keep in mind that, you know, it's not... I'm losing financially, but I try to keep in mind, but that it's not as bad as it could be, because like I said, I had a coworker call me with some news, you know, in the middle of the night and told me what was going on with them. And then as I was taking my car to the place, you know, I saw that wreck right there that I thought was maybe just the bumper was bad, because that line was so long. When the Honda turned around and tried to get off the line, then another car was pulling up. I guess they didn't know she was finna turn around, and he rammed into her and smashed the back of her passenger side. And, you know, it's just, then, you know, it was a guy that was stuck on that train. He walked out. He got out of his semi, and he walked up. He was way back, and he walked up and went inside Firestone and asked him. He said, look, he said, I've been sitting on this, y'all, I'm a mess. I've been sitting, you know, in this train thing for over an hour and 45 minutes. He said, I just want to use the bathroom. And they said, sure, you know, go ahead and use the bathroom or whatever, you know. And it's just, you know, like, I'm an empath, so, you know, other things affect me. Not just what I'm going through, because, you know, I carry a lot of worldly weight on me. So, you know, what I was going through, the call that I got in the middle of the night, you know, what I saw, you know, the wreck or whatever, like all of those type of things affect me real bad. So hopefully, and now in the morning, I still got to find a ride to work and this and that and that and this or whatever, you know. They got this new transit system called Decatur Moves. When I'm talking about, I told you I knew this was coming, but I didn't know it was going to come. I've been seeing this Decatur Moves. It's like part of the bus system, but it's a little car that you can travel back and forth. And I don't know how they're able to do it, but by the grace of God, somehow they're doing it. They offering people a one-way ride, you know, for $2. But if you each person has to pay $2 going, and it's a one-way fare, $2 and $2 coming back. So I'm going to try to see if I can, when I wake up in the morning, if I can get them to come pick me up, you know, for the next 3 or 4 days until I get hit with the bad news about how much it's going to cost to fix this damn car. This little girl didn't really drain me, but that's my baby, you know. When she gets sick, I get sick, so. Oh, my God. You know, my little Honda means a lot to me. I wouldn't care if I had a damn Corvette or a Range Rover or something. That little girl, we all we know is each other. And so when she gets sick, I get real sick. So that's how my day went. How y'all day go? Thank y'all. Mwah.